I'm Darenisha Heron here in Austin. New details after that chaotic shooting and crime spree across Austin earlier this month. Butte police believe a shooting there is tied to that chaos, saying someone shot up an unoccupied business on Main Street at around 5 a.m. on Sunday, May 17th. That's about 3.5 hours before police say the suspects shot Sean Fuentes while he was walking his dog on Janes Ranch Road in Northeast Austin. Police arrested the 3 teenage suspects in Manor. So this means there were a total of 13 shootings on May 16th and 17th, injuring 4 people, and at least 5 cars were stolen. Investigators have named one of those suspects, 17-year-old Kristen Mondragon. The other 2 are 15 and 16, so their names aren't being released. The Texas Supreme Court is now weighing in on a legal fight over Project Connect. Voters approved that transit overhaul nearly 6 years ago. While this ruling has more to do with procedural issues in this lawsuit, KVUE's Daniel Perot shows us how this could create more bumps in the road for this long-awaited project.
New legal and political challenges threatening to derail Austin's effort to revamp public transit and cut down on traffic in this booming city.
This project has been off the rails, so to speak, since the very beginning.
Since it was approved in 2020, the scale of Project Connect has shrunk and costs have gone up. Attorney Bill Elshire represents a group that sued over the plans.
We're in a mess with Project Connect in Austin now because they are proceeding on with a risk that they won't get federal funding, that they won't be able to issue bonds.
As of now, the plan is for the light rail system to have 15 stations along a nearly 10-mile stretch, with trains coming every 5 to 10 minutes. But the reality is, so far, not a single foot of light rail track has been laid down. As the scale of the project has shrunk and the costs have grown, for some Austinites, doubt has crept in.
Project Connect is an illegal, inefficient, unaffordable, catastrophic mistake.
The Texas Supreme Court ruled Friday that a district court judge wrongly ignored a motion filed by the state at the urging of City and Austin Transit Partnership lawyers, challenging whether that judge had jurisdiction to hear the case.
You can't pocket veto it like what occurred in this case. And so today the Supreme Court ordered Judge Shepard to sign an order, one way or the other, on the Attorney General's motion.
Leaders with Austin's Transit Partnership have argued the light rail system is necessary to give Austinites more options to get around as the area grows.
Transit is better for affordability. It's better for reducing greenhouse gases. It's better for making a safer community for all of us.
With the legal fight over the project funding headed back to court, ATP says it hopes to break ground on the light rail system next year. It won't be ready for riders until at least 2033.
We can't sit back and just have them go spend tens of millions or billions of dollars before a court determines whether it's even legal.
In Austin, Daniel Perot, KVUE News.
Thanks, Daniel. East Austin community leaders and veterans came together ahead of Memorial Day to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice. There was a presentation of colors and wreath laying at the Victor R. Garza Community Center on Saturday. Students from Aiken's Early College High School's JROTC program were a part of the ceremony. Organizers honor veterans, including Purple Heart recipient Paul Serrano Chapa and Victor Garza.
So we do this every year to acknowledge and the memory of their lives, growing up in East Austin, graduating from Johnston High School, and their journey into the military, some of them not coming home.
Volunteers and veterans also came together in Southwest Austin to give back to the community. The Veterans of Foreign Wars Annual Day of Service included a cleanup of the Pena Community Garden. The effort is part of a worldwide initiative encouraging veterans to continue serving their communities after their time in the military. Organizers say the project is about more than just beautifying the space. It's also about building connections.
Being, in the military is a very tight-knit community, and when you get out, it's important, I think, to replace that community with something else. It's really good for veterans to come together and build that community with not just with veterans, but with our families and also with the greater surrounding community.
Organizers say they hope events like this help showcase that VFW is focused on wellness, community engagement, and service. Downtown Austin is celebrating the 25th anniversary of the movie Spy Kids, directed by Austin's very own filmmaker, Robert Rodriguez. KVUE's Jose Alonso tells us how the film still brings families together and has deep ties to the city.
Thank you.
Popcorn and drinks are a must at downtown Austin's historic Paramount Theater. There's a line outside the door for the 25th anniversary of Spy Kids.
I mean, it's pretty cool. I've been to the Paramount Theater at least 2 or 3 times before, and it's I think it's gonna be cool seeing it on the big screen.
A blockbuster film with deep roots in Austin and generational fandom.
You guys excited to see the film?
Incredibly excited. A long-time favorite.
The movie premiered at the Paramount Theater in 2001. Senior Director of Film Programming, Stephen Janice.
It was also kind of a landmark movie for Austin filmmaking because it really showed that we had the crew here and we had the technological capability here to make this big kind of blockbuster movie, a family film.
Good spy puts himself in the mindset of the opponent. Ew, gross. What do you see? You.
The film stars Alexa Penavega and Daryl Sabara, young actors who attended the movie premiere in Austin and took part of the festival outside the theater on Congress Avenue. KVUE interviewed them in 2001.
It was so cool. We had so much fun with all the stunts and the gadgets. It was so much fun. And all the actors. And especially working with Robert. I mean, he's like the biggest kid in the world.
Director of Spy Kids, Robert Rodriguez, has a star in front of the theater. He didn't have time to speak with us, but KVUE also interviewed him 25 years ago.
You really want to be there with your kids when they see it, because if you just drop them off in the theater like you have to do with some of the other family fare, you'll miss out, because it's really about the mission of keeping a family together.
Rescue their parents and save the world.
And the movie is still bringing families together in 2026.
We're always looking for fun things to do, and be able to come to an event that has Robert Rodriguez. We know that he's an Austin-grown creative, and so we're excited to support that.
So I was able to snag 4 tickets. So it was pretty awesome. I was able to grab, there was only 55 available, but I was able to grab 4.
The Paramount Theater is already working on celebrating the 25th anniversary of Spy Kids 2 next year. Reporting in studio, Jose Alonso, KVUE News.
It's such a great movie, Jose. Thank you. Officials with the Paramount Theater say the venue will undergo renovation starting on June 16th. Check out these renderings from the theater's website of what the venue will look like in the near future. There's also plans to reimagine the neighboring State Theater. The project will cost a total of $66 million. The Paramount will close for about 8 to 9 months, while the State Theater will close for 13 to 16 months starting next summer. That's all from us here in Austin. I'm Darenisha Heron.